Water. It is everywhere. But for a lot of us, not we don't have enough of it inside of us. See, there's a water. First of all, is one of the most important components of your health. If you need some numbers, here we go. So your lungs are composed of 83% of it. Your spinal disc is 80% water. Your brain and heart is 73%. Your muscles 76% water, and your total body is 60% water. So, as you could tell, it's no laughing matter. You need enough of it, and most of you don't. So in our clinic, when we take in new patients, we do ask about the water aspect, and surprisingly, most patients fall short, most by a long shot. And when prompted, they would respond and say that I wasn't really thirsty. I figured I didn't need it. Which is actually not as frustrating of an answer as I don't like the taste of water. I have a few patients who go that route with me, and it's like you can't win with them. You don't like water. I guess you'll die. Should start handing out meme cards to those patients. But seriously, water is so crucial, and most of us are dehydrated. So the solution is to make a conscious effort. See, by the time you feel thirsty, which again, a lot of patients told me, I just don't feel thirsty. Thirst is when your body's reaching a critical point of dehydration. So it's kind of like screaming out, it's pulling on the alarms, and you're feeling the thirst. So don't rely on thirst as the indicator of whether you need water or not. Now, there is also another myth in regards to water, which is drink 8 glasses of water a day. That is comedy at its finest. Because if you think about it, there are people out there, fully grown adults, who are 5'2", weigh 100 pounds, give or take. But then there are people who are towering well over 6 feet. One of my colleagues is 7'2". He is a tower with feet. So would it make sense that Mr. 7'2" and Mrs. 5'2" are gonna drink 8 glasses? Like, no. I don't care where you take this. The answer is gonna be no. So what is the more accurate measurement? Is basically whatever your body weight is in pounds, you take that number, you divide it by 2, and then whatever number you get, that is the amount you're gonna consume in ounces. And that's not factoring in the anything that you're sweating out. So on a hot day, you're sweaty, you're probably going to want to throw in a little bit more. Now, do I measure my water intake? The answer is honestly no. And that is because I've been doing it long enough to where I'm aware of my intake. I consume quite a bit. One of the easiest hacks you could do is just keep a pitcher of water by your nightstand. And the first thing in the morning is just try to drink as much as you can. Just within that, just upon rising, it makes that really makes a difference. Just before sleep, drink a glass, and that also depends on your bladder size. For me, I'm more comfortable with 8 ounces before I go to bed, and I do give myself a 2-hour gap of no water or liquid consumption before bed, because then I would wake up in the middle of the night and make the bathroom trip. I don't want to do that. All right, so hopefully that helps. if you're really interested in the matter, there is a book by Dr. Batmangalage, and yes, the first few letters of his name is Batman, which is amazing. I think that gives him automatic credentials for anything he would like to cover, because Batman is the best, and if you are not aware of that now, you do. But he actually wrote an excellent book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water. He was a doctor who underwent imprisonment due to some revolution. I forget the exact details. It's been a long time since I've read it. But the only thing he had to work with in prison on his cellmates was water. That was the only prescription he had. And he claimed to have helped 9 out of 10 people in terms of their health conditions. That's a 90% success rate. Who knows? Maybe he was exaggerating, but he theorized that most of the people were just dehydrated, and that dehydration shows up differently from person to person based on their body, their genetic makeup, and all that. So go ahead, just do it. It doesn't cost much. I'm in LA. Every grocery store, almost every pharmacy has a water dispenser that goes through different layers of filtering. The most important of them, in my opinion, is reverse osmosis. And those things cost like 35 cents for a gallon. So it's not expensive, and just keep the water handy. I have water at home, by the nightstand, at work. I'm just always keeping things ready, on the go, easy to grab, easy to consume. And in the beginning, you are going to go to the bathroom more than you're used to. But the bladder is a muscle. It is going to adapt. But till then, you just have to power through that first month, probably. All right. So use your finger bone and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and hit the send button. Send it to all your friends, all of your enemies, and everyone in between.